Please join me on a journey into a transformed St Mary's, a building ready for a growing city, beautiful, functional and open. At this point the details are not so important. The floor might be stone, for example. The chairs may look completely different to these. The layout on any given occasion will be different. Please see this as a picture of how things might be. In this journey it's probably about right for a wedding. So here we are facing the front of St Mary's. You will notice it is beautiful, uncluttered and simple. You will notice that the organ has been relocated, so we no longer face the back of it during worship. There is access via this ramp so that everybody can take part in leading worship. As we face the back of the church, you will see that there is a small balcony in front of the bell ringing tower. This will seat about 30 people. Underneath, a new glazed room which could be used for creche on a Sunday morning, but would be opened up for big events. And here the new Lady Chapel. We will pop in there shortly. So here we are back in the chancel. At the moment it is empty, but normally we imagine it will be set up for daily prayer. The previously hidden door to the outside comes back into use. A false wall here enables us to provide storage behind the altar on one side and to recite the vestry on the other side. This space will enable us to keep the church neat and tidy, even though it is being used by more people more of the time. Now let's take a look at the Lady Chapel. There is a glass door here providing access to the Garden of Remembrance. The Lady Chapel will be set up for communion on a Thursday, but in this picture it is configured as a place of hospitality for the hundreds of people who will be our visitors and guests every week. Notice the new glass door on the west side, which would give us access to what we should now probably call the cloisters. As we walk towards the back of the church, we find that the vestry has been converted into a small meeting or Sunday school room. In this configuration for a wedding, we've put some tables at the back, but these probably wouldn't be there on a Sunday. Now we stand in front of the new glazed area at the back of the church, which would become the creche on a Sunday morning. And here we are on the balcony looking down into the main church, giving us a bird's eye view of the beauty of the newly transformed building. From here you might imagine the way the church could be configured, with round tables for wedding receptions, in the round for confirmations and baptisms, or as normal for a Sunday morning. Or you can imagine how Toppings might use the building, or how one of the hotels might hold a conference. You can imagine us gathering the congregations of our village churches for a special service. And now we find ourselves in the cloisters. You can see it's a very comfortable area to meet and greet. You can walk straight through into the Lady Chapel from here, so that the chapel could be used as a separate space while the main church is being used for something else. You can see the new glass door leading off from this area. And the new toilet facilities are here on the right. We would have 5 or 6 toilets to complement the one at the back of the church near the creche. The old hall won't be changed much, redecorated probably and with new flooring. But there are substantial changes in the new hall, where we are putting in a number of small rooms. so that we can have 7 separate spaces of different sizes to accommodate our Sunday school and teenagers, for example. This room on the mezzanine would be used for Pathfinders. And now here we are in our main reception area, a new room built onto the front of the new hall. You can see it's a comfortable space to enter the church on a weekday. A small meeting room here for CAP and counselling on a weekday, and Regen on a Sunday morning. Let's pop outside for a moment and notice the sheltered walkway between the church and the reception area. And now as we pop back in, we take a trip into the office through this glass door here. The office will offer space for at least 4 people to work. I do hope you've been inspired by the journey, and we'd like to invite you to pray, to use your skills, and to give generously towards making this vision happen. Thank you very much.